Good evening, everybody. That is now really what you call a sneak peek, isn't it, eh? Thank you for joining me, and I hope you're all safe and not blown away by storm, whatever it was this time. Dear, oh dear, we are getting some this time, aren't we? But as I said, I'm indulging myself today because I wanted to make a very special card. And I don't know about you, but um, when it comes to Christmas, you make lots of what I'd call batch cards, so the very easy ones and the ones for, Uncle Tom Cobley and all. But occasionally, there are some people in your little families that you might like to make a very special card for. And therefore, that's what I'm going to do today. But I'm also introducing this little sneak peek. So this is a big card. So I have designed an easy frame for the 10 by 7 card, which is by far the biggest card that we do as a standard card. They are available, the card blanks are available over on the website as well, but at the same time, we needed a frame. And I didn't want to get any old frame. So I have done you a very special one. Look at that. Doesn't even fit on my page, on my thing here. So we've got, as usual, the two designs. So you've got the outer one, all of which can be used on their own. You've got the outer one, which is plain. And then you've got the inner one, which has texture. Now, this one, I have to tell you, was a little bit of a mystery to me at first, because if I textured it in certain ways, so either that the pattern all ran one way or all ran the other, it meant that you could only use your card in a certain way, because otherwise the texture went funny. It ran like bricks were on their side one way and not on another. So subsequently, I managed to get through and go with what I'd call a crackled design. Now, it is textured onto your card, so it doesn't cut out, it just textures onto it. And as I said, it's made to fit on to the 10 by 7s and both orientations of them, because we have the standard one, which I would class as this one. Oh, hold on a second. That has the long edge. Let's bring this out. We can't even see it, can we? The long edge as the fold, which I would call your standard card. But then we've also got these, which is the short edge. So therefore, if we put our frame onto it, it will work both ways. So this one opens up this way, so it sits like that. Not that you can see that very well. And the other one opens to the side. So they are available in packs of 5 on the website, just as the blank cards. However, if you do purchase the beautiful new easy frames, the 10 by 7 easy frames today, you will get a free 10 by 7 card blank and envelope in with your pack, so that you can get going straight away and making your card sample. Now, I am going to be making a special card, as I said, for Christmas, which was inspired by a card that was sent to me by the lovely Shirley Gilbert. So I'm not sure if Shirley is online here today, but hi, Shirley Gilbert, if you are. Shirley South is known to us. And she used the die set, which I sent out to my as a Christmas present to my subscribers, not subscribers, to my workshop attendees, peoples. So many of you will already have that one, and she inspired me by that, and I thought that's what I'd like to use. So let me show you when it's cut out. Now, as I said, I'm going to go for the standard, which is the long edge that has been folded, and I've already cut it out, and I've gone with slightly different colours. So this is my gold part, so I'm going to bring that in there. That is my gold section, and then I've teamed it with aqua, so a bit of a different colour, but hopefully you can see the pattern there. If I shine that on there, you can see that it's a beautiful subtle pattern that just breaks that up from being a just basic frame there. But nevertheless, if you want to put anything over the edge of it, like extra embellishments or anything like that, then you certainly can, because you've got all that there as well. I also felt that with a 10 by 7 and the inside bit is about a 5 by 7.5, this aperture here, it also makes a beautiful picture frame. So if you have a particular photograph in a 5 by 7 format that you have got that you would like to send as pictures, it's also perfect for that. Not making a card out of it, but not doing anything else to the center, just literally making something for the as a portrait as such. So as I said, I've already cut that out, so let's stick that together so we know that that's on its way to be drying. And as always with the easy frames, the only difficulty is deciding what colour that we want to use. And I thought we would go a little bit different. I couldn't decide. I'll show you what else I did as well. And I will finish it off, because that's going to be I need to make sort of half a dozen of what I call as my special cards. And you can see that you simply pop your glue on there, and then without measuring or doing anything, easy frames is what it is. You've got a beautiful little line on the outside and on the inside, giving a lovely frame, but can equally be used separately. So that when I put that onto my card, I can use it that way, and I can use it that way. And likewise, if I have a short fold card, I can use it exactly the same way, but the orientation of the design in the center can be quite different. Okay, so I have then taken a piece of not watercolor, what's it called? Hammered white card, and I've cut that to about 6 3/4 by 9 3/4, as I'm going to use that just as the base, because I wanted a little bit of texture on it. So I'm just going to put that right on the base of my card. So more or less as much as I can in the middle, because my frame is clearly going to go over all of that. I was going to put some foam on the back. I am going to put some foam on the back, but I'm going to assemble all my bits and pieces. So the die set that I've used, as I said, many of you already have, the people that come to the workshops regularly with me. This is called the Flourished Ornaments Slimline by Spellbinders, and it's a set of baubles basically, and all the little elements that go with it. But it's actually also a taking all the bits off there now, but it's also a very tall slimline card. But I'm just going to use the elements of the baubles on here, which I have already cut out, but I haven't assembled. So let me bring this over here. So I've cut out using the baubles in the gold. So I've used the same colorways that I've gone with this. So I've got the gold mirror card and the aqua, and I'm going to pop that straight onto there. I do have just literally 4 of these left. So they have been discontinued now. So unfortunately, that is what they are. But today wasn't about the baubles as such. It was about the lovely new easy frames. So that literally goes straight over the top. Trying not to move it very much. And then I can press down on there as well. So that's 1. And I've done 2 that size. Just a little bit of glue here. We had a brilliant workshop yesterday in the storm. It felt, well, do you know, it was funny because when we were actually inside, it didn't feel like we were in the storm at all. It was lovely, but people are so enthusiastic and so good to come all as far away as they did for our little workshops there. But we had a brilliant time playing with a new die exclusively for that group, actually, called the Selzy Bells. And you may have seen some of the samples that we did. We used a new fold for the hexagon card. We used a half hexagon, which was really nice. So there we go. So we've got our two of our baubles. Now this is one of the smaller ones. I'm not going to do it in blue, but at the moment I have taken a piece of white card and then I've put a scrap that I had of the double-sided adhesive. So it's stuck already to the white card. And then when I peel off this layer, it will leave us with, could do it with a pokey tool. Well, it would be a lot better, wouldn't it? A lot easier. Oh, let's just do it, shall we? It will reveal a sticky surface. Okay. And so I'm going to carefully put this onto the top of my sticky surface like that, using this over the top so that it means I don't get stuck to it, but that my bauble design does nicely. Okay, so all of what you can see there white is very, very sticky. And then I'm going to grab my crystals. And I haven't got a bit of paper, so let me just grab a scrap of paper. Just 1 minute. Pop that in there, and then I'm going to just sprinkle my crystals over the top of that and just work them into those gaps where the sticky sheet came through. Shake off the excess, and then I've got a really lovely shiny sparkly bauble. Let's just get rid of all of this excess. Oh, and I think you can then see that that really sparkles. It's hard to see in the lights, but I think you can see that the inside of that then really, really sparkles. And I like that one. I like to give it something a little bit different. So let's put the lid back on that, else we'll have that everywhere. We don't want that. So I've got my 3 baubles. I've also got some, this is all in the die set of these, that I've got some hangers. I've got the little, now, what are they called? Someone's going to tell me. Bezels? Bezels? Don't know. Bevels, maybe even. Something like that. I can't remember what it's called. And they are going to go onto the top of my little things. And then I've done some tiny little bows that's going to go on the top of that as well. And also a sentiment. So let me pop all these things back in here and assemble said things. I will just stick these both together whilst I'm just having a look at crowns. Do you think they're crowns? Could be. I thought they had a name beginning with B, though. I really don't know whether it was beginning with B or not. I thought it was Bevels or something like that. That must be a thin string. Must be a thin string thing for the bows. Bauble tops. Bauble crown. Well, yeah, we could call yeah, let's just go for a bauble crown, shall we? Yeah, this is just gold. It's like almost an elasticated type of almost an elasticated type of gold thing, which I have had for donkey's years. It used to yeah, bezels. Yeah, I thought they were called bezels. But bauble crowns sound good as well, don't you reckon? We'll have a combination. Yesterday at the workshop, apparently, I didn't realise I was, but apparently I was making up words. And I think that we can. Why not? Why not make up our own words as we go along? Because it was decided that no matter what those words were, people understood what I was trying to say. So go with it, I reckon. Go with it. Now, I've already made one layer of my sentiment. So I'm just taking that off first. And I'm just going to stick a third layer on, just to give it some extra oomph. Keep that together like that. And I'm going to put my foam on the back of that now. So yeah, I decided, I've been asked, and 10x7 cards are not everybody's cup of tea. I know that, but they are a lot of people's when it comes to, as I said, that special card. I possibly will be looking at using that pattern on some of my next frames. But there are still some frames sizes that I haven't even got yet. So you never know. We might sort of, but I do like to do it so that all of the things can fit in with what we've already had. Like we had the window ones just recently. It's nice that they all fit in. So before I stick this one down, I'm just going to hold that into place and then think about where I want my baubles to go. So I'm thinking that I want one there, one of my frame bits there, whoops, attached to it, and another one about there, with a view to popping one perhaps there, or maybe there. Done. And then let's have my really sparkly one at the top, and then this one maybe down the bottom, something like that, and then room for a Merry Christmas down the bottom of that, with room for my embellishments at the top. What do you reckon? So what I'm going to do is, knowing that that's roughly where I want it, I'm just going to take that apart so that I can then just, whoops, pop a bit of glue onto there and put that into place. As I said, I had and still have some more that I want to do. And I will show you one of the things that I made up earlier as well. So I think I need a bit of foam on the back of that, don't you? Little bit of foam, maybe 2 bits of foam onto the back of that one. I'm sure there is a right and a wrong, but I can't decide which, so I'm going to go round about there with a little bit at the top for my bauble crown bezel, who knows what it's called. Then I'm going to pop them to one side and pop this one in as well. I think it's always nice to make some special cards, isn't it? Well, we have had lots of special cards this year. The October card kit, I think, with the lights was a very popular one, and really pretty with all the different lights. So that's a contender, I think. So I have finished now all of my workshops for this year, and I will be sending out tomorrow. I'll be sending out the details for the ones in January. So for those people looking out into your emails, which reminds me about emails. I did realise yesterday, not yesterday, day before yesterday, I was trying to do something and failing miserably because I realised that the provider, BT in my case, or possibly lots of providers, have now changed the bits and pieces. So instead of being able to send out a handful, like a mail shot of emails, I can only send out 4 or 5 at a time. And it seems that if I have been sending out a few more at a time, then it's considered as it might be that they're not real ones, because people tend to do like the mail shots from companies that aren't really, you know, the bee's knees. And so subsequently they've done like a blanket on all of these, that's how you should do it now. So if the people that are expecting workshop details to come through don't get them, do get in contact, because I can then just resend it. But I'm trying to do it so that it's working properly, but it is a little bit more time consuming, as you can imagine, that I've got to send out individuals rather than, you know, a handful at a time. So now let's pop our frame over the top of that. Just trying to line it up. Should have really put that one over a bit, but hey. Oh, and you little devil, come on. You can go over a little bit more. There you go. So they are onto there. Then I'm going to get my little bows, and they are going to have to go on with a little bit of pin flower, I think. So I will just grab a bit of that and my tiny just to pop that. Oops. Onto there. Onto there. And onto there. Don't think there's enough on that one. You could always use glue dots for popping this on as well if you don't have the pin flare, that type of thing. Just, or a bit of a glue dot. And then my sentiment is going to go on there as well. And I've just got one thing that I want to go and get, because I haven't got here, and I want to go and get it. So you're gonna have to bear with me, because you know what it's like. I've got in mind what it is that I want to finish it off with, and I haven't left it in this room. So my sentiment is going to go down the bottom, down there. Now, I'm pretty certain I haven't got it in this room, so just bear with me for 1 second. No, bear with me. I'll be back in a second. Right, I was back. Now, I just want to... So this was the die that we were using yesterday, called the Salesy Bells. And Sue, one of our ladies, was saying about all these little dots. So I'm going to cut it out. And totally agree with her. Whoops. But the little dots are going to make perfect little finishing pieces. So let me just do that. So I've got one I've got more than one thing going on here now. So I've got a card that I'm going to be able to finish off with my Salesy Bell. But I've also got, I can pick it up, lots. So that was my Salesy Bell die, which equally would look fab in there, wouldn't it? Without this bit, just to have that in the centre and then the Merry Christmas sorted. But what I wanted to do was just some of these little embellishments, just poke some of them out. And they are going to look just perfect to pick up and have some. I mean, you could put little gems, because you wouldn't have the Salesy Bells now, would you? Well, not unless you came yesterday. You wouldn't anyway. I don't want to go too mad, but I want it to be nice. So let's just pick these up as well. So thank you, Shirley, for inspiring me for this. Thank you for your beautiful cards if you're watching. She might not be watching right now, but I expect she will be later. Need one down there and done. Come on, turn over. Thank you. There we go. So there is my, well, I think rather lovely, stylish, yes, huge card. Not one that I would normally have made that size. And I certainly wouldn't use it as a size of card for an average card. This is when you have got a special birthday, a special person, a special occasion, like a wedding card, like a birth of baby, or something very, very special that you would want to use this size frame on. Okay. And as I said, then sneaking in, if you use something like that, as I said, pretend we haven't got the baubles on the back, that would look equally stunning. And also, because I didn't get round to that, if you were to go with something, I've used the extra large poinsettia, and that is cutting it out twice. So that's like a double one, really. So I've cut out every element twice in icicle. And again, if we use that as a centerpiece there with a lovely photograph maybe of something that you could send as a card, but with just an embellishment on there. I think there's an awful lot of different things that you could do. And as I said, if you used a different orientation of it, it would be different again. And then, hold on, I'm just going to grab hold of this one as well. I cut this one out in gold. So we've got black and gold, and we've got, you can see there particularly clearly, that lovely finish, that crackle type finish again. And if you had one of your sentiments, I've got another one of the sentiments that is, okay, yes, this isn't Christmas. I know it's not Christmas, but you could have just finished that off in this particular case with Merry Christmas on there. And again, very simple. But yeah, unfortunately, some of the things that you are seeing here, we've run out of time before Christmas to bring these in. So they're going to have to wait. But it's still something that, you know, we will be doing at another time. But yeah, so there we go. That is the 10 by 7 Maximum Craft 10 by 7 easy frames, which are available now. They are limited. I will be getting them in as a stock thing, so they will be available. But what I've got now before Christmas, I've nearly got all deliveries in. So most of them, the last ones come in on Tuesday. So if you are looking out for something that you haven't seen just yet, do look out Tuesday, Wednesday, because there will be the last stocks filled up. So what's happening this week? Well, on Wednesday evening, I hope you can join me for, I usually do this, some little sort of table favors, if you could call it that. Things to put on the Christmas table, nice and easy, very, very simple to use, with dies and card possibly that you've already got. So nothing new or anything like that, just to show you a couple of ideas that you could use with stash that you've already got. And then Sunday the 15th, I will be back again. And finally, I will be there on I can't think what the dates are now, sorry. Wednesday the 20th. So Wednesday the 20th will be my last session with you before Christmas. And then I will be taking about 10 days off and be back with you just after that. So I think we all have some time with our family and it's lovely. But then we'll be ready for crafting again, won't we? So I do hope you've enjoyed what you've seen today. Thank you so much for joining me. And I will look forward to seeing you again, hopefully this Wednesday. And yeah, take care till then. Wednesday the 18th. Oh, I haven't turned over, Linda. I haven't even, I'm looking at November. Blimey, what am I like? Wednesday the 18th. You were quite right. It's Wednesday the 18th. So it's this coming Wednesday, which is the 11th. I'll be back with table decoration type things. Then I will be back on Sunday the 15th, and finally before Christmas, a week before Christmas, Wednesday the 18th, when that will be my last send out date, really, to make sure that you get something for Christmas. But there is always the gift cards. So do not forget the gift cards. Right. Okay. Yeah. So thank you so much again for joining me. Really lovely to have your company. You are the bestest, but then you know that. So thank you for joining me and thank you for your support as always. Take care and I will see you again very, very soon. Many thanks. Bye.